Welcome to the map Enchanted River for BFME 2 The Rise of the Witch King for an epic 1v1 replay commentary once more between the green Isengard player Irby and his opponent the Ingmar player Jojo. So the clash of evil, but this time with Ingmar versus Isengard. 2 mid opening for Ingmar and we see 2 furnace opening for Isengard into the Uruk pit. So what are the options from the Isengard faction at the beginning of the game? One of the options you can already see, that's the Uruk pit. Option number 2 would be the clan setting for the Weapon of Dunland, which can also work against the Ingmar faction. And the option number 3 would be the Warg pit opening with the Warg packs. Not that great against Ingmar because Ingmar can easily turn everything into pikemen. So I believe the cheap option would be the clan setting with the Weapon of Dunland. They are more affordable, but still good against Gundabad warriors. But of course, the safe option, which always works, is the Uruk-hai. Ingmar, on the other hand, we see 2 mills into the Hall of the Kingsmen. This is the primary production building for the Ingmar faction. And it's training every unit you need. Trollmaster that can turn into the Swordman, Pikeman, X-Trover, and Wolf Rider, Black Numenorian, the Death Mask, the Banner, and of course also the Dark Rangers can be recruited from the same one and only building. We have the Uruk-hai. You have also plenty of options with the Ingmar faction. One of the options would be to build the second Hall of the Kingsmen to just keep spamming the Trollmaster unit all the time. But also what you could do is to build the Troll and Wolf Den to turn, because that's what's needed to turn these warriors here into the Wolf Rider. Requires the presence of a Troll and Wolf Den. And this is the building over here. So that's gonna be a creeping action for the Ingmar player. No problemo to creep for the pikemen. The Uruks are marching, but they changed their mind. They actually kinda retreat now. And I believe they wait for the reinforcements to come. And that's going to be the clan steading. But very soon he will be able to turn his warriors into the Wolf Riders, and that kinda means that Isengard will need the pikemen. And they're about to come out. The Uruk pikemen. Keep going. Okay, that's gonna be a big push potentially. But he needs to also defend himself, which is super important. That's going to be another furnace. They are both gathering a big army for the big push. So, but in the meantime, this pikeman over here is creeping the second layer already. So Gundabad warriors and also the X-Trovers. That's something also Isengard can recruit from the level 2 clan setting. So you need to invest first of all 400 resources, which is not a lot. But then you can recruit the Wildman X-Trovers, which are superior compared to this Rudaur X-Trovers. We have everything on the field. Warriors, X-Trovers, Wolf Packs to counter the Pikemen, and Wolf Riders to counter the Wildman of Dunland, and also to counter the Uruk-hai. And they are both scared for a all-out fight. But very soon they will have to take the fight. So PowerPoint wise, we have Warchan picked and chosen from both the players, but nobody was using it yet. And the first big push can be super effective with this big amount of armies. We are talking about Crossbowmen, Wildmen, Uruk, and Pikemen versus Wolfpacks, Wolf Riders, X-Trovers, Gundabad warriors, and also 1 pikeman. So the production building number 3 is not built up yet for the Isengard player. He might go for the Warg pit, but also he might just stick to the infantry playstyle and recruit, for example, Lords to empower this. He's trying to find a potential engagement with his Wolf Riders, but Isengard is placing his army in a decent way. You need to kill these Wolf Packs before they eat all your pikes alive. That's super important. Isengard is being outnumbered, but he's able to outclass his opponent. The Wolf Riders in the meantime trying to destroy this furnace over here. And now they found a potential engage. No, they didn't. They did not. They took so much damage from the trample into the pikemen. And one of the battalions has been taken down, but more reinforcements coming. Because the Wolf Den, because the Hall of the Kingsmen is super close to this area, they are still war chanted. The Uruks, they keep fighting. They are warriors. They don't know how to stop. They stop only if you die, or they stop only if they are dead. But more reinforcement. Quality versus quantity. And now he found a way of engaging to the crossbowmen behind and one more trample in the front. Amazingly done. And one more trample to rule them all. The outnumbering advantage is kind of coming in clutch. With double Hall of the Kingsmen, he's able to continuously support the army with additional reinforcements. But also the same situation works for the Isengard player Irby. He's also able to bring more and more armies from the pit and from the clan setting. Again, no heroes yet. If I would have to guess, I would say potentially Waldor for the Ingmar faction. The cheapest hero, super cost efficient. Is also Pillage. Morgomir could be also the choice number 2. And for Isengard, of course, it has to be Lurtz. I mean, you can also go for the Grim of Wormtongue, who is also surprisingly scaling very well into the mid to late game. But I think we don't need to discuss about the importance and the impact of Lurtz in this game. After the first couple of minutes into the game, Irby, the Isengard player, is sitting on 650 command points in total. He's about to creep his first layer. He has collected almost 4 power points after the Creebane. He started the game with the War Chant. His opponent has collected almost 8 power points after picking the game with the starting the game with the War Chant. He has also 600 available command points in the pocket, but he's the one who's putting pressure now on the furnaces. He's going to be able to find one at the top side, surround it pretty nicely, and that should be the destruction of this mentioned structure. In the meantime, with a fight going on for this creep at the bottom side, the Warg Riders have to be careful. I mean, the Wolf Riders have to be careful. And also the furnace in the front is under great attack. And it looks like he will also be able to take it down. It's going to be close, maybe. Nah, I think it's going to go down regardless. The Tram-Mast is in a good spot. And 2 furnaces down already. That's going to give, of course, the equal advantage now to the Ingmar player, who didn't lose any of his mills just yet. And we have Lurtz, the fighting Urukai. The best hero in the game. And also Isengard was able to capture this one at the bottom right side. So he controls the inn, which basically means that he got the chance to recruit the Black Orc warriors. Almost as powerful as the Urukai. Slightly cheaper, but what it does give to you is an additional barracks you can recruit very strong units from. Black Orcs are definitely strong, and one of the potential strongest units you can recruit from any faction. Lurtz has to be closer to the crossbowmen to passively level up faster. That comes the War Chant from the Ingmar player. Not many pikemen remaining, which means he can now go for a potential trample with the Wolf Riders. Lurtz got level 2. It's now the Carnage, but he needs to swap to the Sword mode in order to get this. The Wolfpacks with them. They also have a new ability, by the way. Direwolves gain 15% damage and 15% armor for a whole ability. And that was not... They didn't have this ability before. It was only working for the Warg Riders and Warpacks. Lurtz using the Sword mode, showing that he's the one-man army fighting against the world. The true berserker. The only one you will ever need. And also not taking too much damage, because the Carnage also gives you some resistances. No, it doesn't actually. Only gives you damage. They also changed this. It used to give you a little bit of armor, but it doesn't anymore. The hero number 2 is going to be Sharku. A great hero when it comes to fight against the trolls. For example, here from the Ingmar player. And also against the Wolf Riders. If you're wondering how does he get a troll, is because he picked the Untamed Allegiance and got the control of a lair. There is also a fire Drake layer actually, which would be kind of crazy if you could control this with Unteam Diligence, and you would be able to recruit the very strong fire Drakes. The troll is super annoying to deal with, and even taking care of the Sharku has to be careful about this. Falvin, you are not going anywhere. Troll is, get over here, take this on your face. You cannot move, you will go down to the Goblin Town. And the troll showing that heroes or not, it doesn't matter. Troll punching everybody down to the next dimension. We have also Morgomir, the hero number 2, as Voldor died next to him. Morgomir is also pretty strong, has debuff with level 2, which is a passive thing. Has Morgulbleed with level 4, which is great against heroes like Lord, for example. The Lord is about to hit level 4. This troll over here did a phenomenal job. He's level 3 already. Can throw with rocks, can grab a tree, can throw with a goblin. Pick up a goblin or an orc, you can throw him. It deals actually good amount of damage. Not many people use this. Plus, it kind of causes fear on the enemy army, like a terror kind of thing. Similar to the Screech ability or the Elendil from Aragorn, for example. They will run wild. There are multiple different crowd control abilities in this game. One of them is obvious, the stun ability, for example, from the Horn of Gondor or from the Cloudbreak. And the other ones are scared ability, like a Screech, Elendil, Drummer Troll's Roar ability. And the third crowd control is the Felwind, so you can suck them in. And the crowd control number 4 is the slow, so you can slow them, make them lose a lot of speed. They can still move, but very slowly. This ability is like an example to the Web ability from Spider Queen, Shelob, but also like the Frozen Land from Ingmar, for example. It also will slow down the enemy units. The Warg Riders are coming for a potential beautiful trample into the back line, but they will get stuck down. Too many units to get freely away from. The land is going to be used. This one is from Isengard, obviously. The land from Eisen also means you have pillage while you are fighting on this land. You will get money for each kill you will take. Resources for kills, as you can see and tell. It's 4 minutes cooldown. Lord's level almost 4. Isengard's eco is looking not too bad. We have like a level 3 furnace over here. 10 power points collected, 875 command points available for Jojo, the Ingmar player. He has 2.1k. He's already Morgomir. Could go for the Rogash, or of course the potential best hero you can recruit in this faction is Ingmar, the Witch King of Ingmar, who cannot fly on the Fair Beast, but who can be mounting his black horse. Super powerful too. And Ingmar is preparing for a big push. We are talking about Morgomir level 2 for the debuff. We are talking about Voldor with level 3 has also pillage plus leadership for the Hillman units. So basically the pikemen and the extroverts will get leadership through him. And a cave troll level 3. Isengard is coming from the top side. This mill is going to be bursted in a second. Now it might be a potential beast raid action. Ingmar is going to use the White Summon defensively. The White duration is pretty long, so they will stay on the field for like a minute. Actually, they changed this. They used to stay on the field for much longer duration, if I'm not mistaken. And now they changed this. I remember the duration was much longer, but of course the patch 2.2 is being actively worked on. It's a community patch. I mean, the abandoned version of the Rise of the Witch King from EA Games was 2.01. That's the last official patch for this game, but it was awfully balanced. So I'm happy that the fans step up and took over the control of the patching. And they brought the game in a place where it's really greatly balanced and also much more competitive. And we have a fight here between Grimo Wormtongue. Unique used to escape ability. No, he couldn't. Level 4 is now the Morgulbleed. There comes the Wildman of Dunland summon on top of the army. Now that's the Hillman summon from Voldor. Because he's level 5, he can summon reinforcements. Isengard is struggling. We see even some Rudaur Hillman rebels with the fire torches. They are coming, by the way, if you're wondering, from the inn here, that you can recruit them. He's going to use the Untamed the Legions once more and get the control of the troll layer. So it's going to give you immediately a troll for free. And you can also recruit more of them only for 450. So it's pretty good in some situations. Especially since they changed Untamed the Legions. It was useless before. Now it's pretty useful because even if the layer is destroyed, the rubble of the layer is gonna stay there and you can remake the layer, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. Turned a very useless ability into a very useful ability. The furnace here will be found and taken down from a lot of wolf riders and wolf packs. Sharku is trying to kill this troll over here, but it's gonna take him some time. I don't see the lords on the field anymore. And there he is actually. Felwind is going to be used while he was using Carnage. Now Carnage duration is gone and lords needs to be careful. We have even Dark Rangers upon the field coming from the level 3. All of the Kingsmen. Level 3 is this one over here. Also the banner is purchased so you can get them to level 2 immediately. And we see Rogash. Rogash. The king of the trolls. I will make him walk to you guys. Rogash. Look, he's staying next to the trolls. It would be awesome if he can give leadership to the trolls. You see also Valdor here. So the Ingmar army is approaching. And Rogash is a very good skilling hero too. He's like basically like a Gimli from the Ingmar faction. Gimli is the Slayer, of course. He can get speed, but this guy can get really a lot of strength. 100% damage and 100% armor, which will make him easily to one of the strongest duelists in the game. Easily. Lord has no chance against him. But what's the scary part about him is, of course, the leap attack. Also dominate troll with level 1. So if your enemy has too many trolls, you can steal them and make them fight for you. Really not like a huge cooldown. 3 minutes is not like a lot for an ability that's able to steal them constantly. So it's not like a Worm Tongue, which is temporarily control them. You will steal them forever. Oh, he got crippled from Lourdes. Draw your sword, Lourdes. He's shooting at him. But that's gonna be changed now. Lourdes is using Carnage. Going into the melee range. And showing that he's the true champion of the arena. They let him die actually before engaging. When you wanted to fight, why didn't you fight and try to save him? Too many trolls, too many monsters, too many heroes. And also very strong backline thanks to the Rangers. There comes a potential push from the bottom. We have a lot of Walk Riders up on the field. The mirror is gonna get insta-bursted in a second. And also this hero should not be underestimated, okay? Level 3 unlocks the Venumius wards, okay? So you can debuff them. Active debuff. But what makes him really scary is this ability. So you can steal the enemy hero for 30 seconds. And you can control him like he would be your hero with all his abilities, you know? Pretty powerful. Imagine you control this dude while using the Reach of the North. You can use all his abilities. And, you know, and all of that can be done by a hero who costs only 1,000. Or just like in the films, boys. Master and servant, side by side. PowerPoint wise, the Watcher has been summoned before. There we go, this is the Watcher summon. The Giants are available. And Rogash got crippled. Bro, Lourdes is just like the most cost efficient hero in the game. Who stops this guy? And he's dead just like that. The Giants are special summoned. The siege will begin. But the heroes of Isengard are approaching. The Giants won't be able to do too much. I think they only destroyed one level 3 furnace, which is still not bad, but it's a 15 power point investment. Usually you will try to get more from this instead of just destroying one furnace, but it's totally fine. I think also Eisen did a good amount of damage here at the bottom side. So 875 command points available for Ingmar. He has collected 5 power points on top of the mountain giants he was just able to summon. His opponent, on the other hand, has almost 9 power points on top of the Watcher he was able to summon. But he also killed Rogash, while all his 3 heroes are still remaining. I don't see Sharku. I think Sharku got killed and never revived again. So, but that's all Isengard has. So you have only 4 heroes, but every single one of them have crazy amount of impact on the game. Plenty of ballista expansions for the defense, always put aggressive stance, which basically means for the siege weapons you get more range and significantly more range. So 15% is a lot because your range is already big. So 15% on like a really big number is going to be affecting you a lot. Leadership buff, so double buff here. Plus you can use Kribane for the debuff. It's on cooldown. The white summon, you can maybe use Fell Wind to... Oh, there is also a Witch King. Oh my god, that's going to change a lot. I doubt that you can kill him actually. He's gonna cripple him. But you cannot fight against him now. Oh my god, Lord's gonna get crippled from Morgomir actually and go down. Saruman couldn't do anything. He's all about hit level 2, but he needs one more kill. He's getting chunked. Oh, what is the speed? 55, so he's not as fast as the trolls. And also Morgomir seems to be faster than him. Let me take a look. It's the same speed. So just keep running, I guess. Oh, but he's kinda smart. I told you before, he's gonna get slowed down through this. Oh, he's gonna go down to the Goblin Town. Against the power of Ingmar. There can be no victory. A level 5 Daddy Troll. Morgomir. Level 7. Level 7 too. Where is the Witch King when we need him? Rogash also back from the graveyard. He was only level 1. But there he is. Back at it again. I don't see the Witch King anywhere though. There he is. I saw him. Level 3. Of course, the Dread Wrath, the best debuff in the entire game. The Uruk Pit will get demolished. So Isengard is in a defensive formation. I like this length a lot. It's super unique. So it's giving you leadership instead of a buff, okay? So it's a leadership and a spell at the same time. So you basically make your army stronger. That kind of stacks with the War Chant. But also you will make enemy units weaker in terms of speed. So when you have this situation in which you wanted to catch a hero, but he couldn't, you can just use his ability, make him slower, because it also works on heroes, and you can finish him off like he did. We see also this bros over here. It looks like he went for the Dark Iron Forge, like yes he did. Dark Iron Blades purchased, and also Iron Mail has been purchased. Cripple. Can you commit though? Witch King is not like other heroes. He's tanky as hell. So you cannot fight against him, and he has like many bodyguards in the front. You wanna get to my king, you need to get through me. Now his Witch King is freed now. Lord's doing a good job, but he's gonna go down to the Witch King. Rogash is level 3. Has also splash damage. Too much destruction. The Weapon of Dungeon Summon in the backline. Too many rangers will get trampled into from Sharku and his Walk Riders. That's pretty good. Witch King is no joke though. Level 4. Now we have multiple Morgul Blades too. To keep your heroes checked. This half troll, not half troll, this heal trolls seem to be incredible tanky thanks to the Iron Mail, plus they deal also a lot of damage thanks to the Iron Blades. And with this 3-4 heroes plus upgraded armies, you can just easily commit to the fortress. And I think that's his plan. There is a wizard though. He will try his best to stop them from doing what they are planning to do. But can he success? Gonna be a blast, Rinho, level 2 unlocked. Oh, but he's gonna get bursted, isn't he? Use Fireball at least. Use Fireball, but they just joke. And now this used to be Saruman at some point. But I'm telling you, the Ingmar heroes are super strong, and that's going to be the end of this game. Isengard has been defeated, and Ingmar shall rise. It's called The Rise of the Witch King for a reason, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like to this video, subscribe to not miss future uploads on this channel. I will see you next time. Until then, take care of yourself, keep hitting like a truck, and as always, stay beyond standards. Peace out, boys.